Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Jack's Business Talk. And today we have everyone's special or favorite special guest, Mikey, or Buzztune.
Hey everyone. Thanks, Jack, for having me on, as always.
Mikey is the favorite guest on everyone's channel.
I just try to support because you guys are doing awesome stuff and I like practicing my communication as well. So thanks for that.
Yeah. So Mikey came today with a topic in mind, and we're going to play some ping pong with it. So Mikey, go ahead.
Yeah, we were going back and forth and we thought this would be a good topic. Jack, I loved what you're saying. You're posting it in school and posting it around. I've seen in the socials. Just community is unity. And basing that off of one rental at a time, got the Vegas event coming up. And I thought, why don't we transition that into what how are we from the community? How has that impacted our lives moving forward once we got in the community? And what effects are we seeing? What are the results?
Mhm. Okay. So you want me to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The first thing I thought of was a video I shot. I forget how long ago, a week or two ago, and the work ethic one. And that's probably one of the biggest things I could think of off the top of my head is it wasn't for the community, I wouldn't be able to push long term, as long as I've been at the rate I've been.
I feel the same way. Millennial Mike, he posted that one video about overtime and how he was trying to get all the overtime that he could possibly take. And before, I was always against overtime because I didn't want to help the man. But then how they talk about no, having a job, that's your greatest source to being able to leverage the banks to get 30-year fixed rate debt for
Hmm.
real estate. It opened my eyes. And now I'm trying to get as much overtime as I can. And I see work as a benefit instead of kind of dragging myself to work. I'm thinking instead of I have to go to work, I get to go to work based on that Atomic Habits book that I really like.
Yeah, I've noticed a mental shift over the course of last year where I wouldn't say I'm happy going to work, but at the same time, you know, I'm not as unhappy about being at work where I can
Mhm.
see the light at the end of the tunnel and I know that my work is being productive. And although I may not you know fulfilling fulfilling like the mentalness at my job, W-2 job, well, that's where the real estate comes in, and I can see my work and my efforts being taking place and taking shape and stuff.
You had that one video, and I just see you putting out, you kind of changed up your YouTube strategy where now you're doing daily content. And when I see people like you, I just see others around. You made that great video talking about how others motivate you in the community. And I get that from you and from Mark. I see you guys working on your social media stuff. And even though I'm not as into it as you guys are, I can still take advantage because you're inviting me to do videos with you. And I did a video with Mark and Old Guy REI. So that helps a lot, just helping me work on my communication. And actually, that translates over to talking with managers and realtors, lenders, and insurance brokers.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, there's something in my eye. That's why I flipped the camera off for a second.
No problem. So for mine, what it helped me with was patience because
Okay.
I wasn't used to this before. I could just throw money in a retirement account and I was done. It was so matter of fact, so just easy. Oh, it's kind of weird that the rat race and retirement accounts are set up similarly, where you just clock in, clock out. This is, I had to slow myself down, really take notice of things, really take the time of studying and learning. It's so different from what I was used to previously in my other investment journeys. And once you buy a place, you're kind of you're stuck with it,
Hmm.
good or bad. And it's not something with a stock where you can just sell once you start seeing it drop or make high fluctuations. This is something you're in it for the long haul, and even selling will take a while too. And you really got to put a lot of thought in and a lot of patience. And it's taught me in everything where I realize evictions take patience, searching for deals takes patience, closing takes patience. And that's something I'm not used to, where with stocks and crypto, I could just throw money in and boom, I would see the results right then and there. Real estate is really a long man's game. 5 years of suck, and then getting over the mountaintop that way.
Yeah, I honestly didn't mind the 5 years of suck. It was kind of like a learning curve, you know? And you're always going to be learning.
Completely agree.
Um, I think my second thought about community is unity. My second thought is what this happened for me. Actually, this is you're the perfect person to have on here for this one. Um, for the longest time, I felt like I was doing this, you know, with Cynthia, but like I felt kind of alone at the same time, if that makes sense. And I bought the one course, the one rental at a time one to get you access to the Facebook community, and that's where I met you and Mark. And I felt like there was someone else to talk to at that point. And then he started a school community and it opened up even more. And then Mark very easily twisted my arm and got me starting the YouTube thing. And now I have more people I talk to on a regular basis. And yeah, it's kind of nice.
I relate to that so much. And when I started out, I was struggling. And it wasn't until I started reaching out, I saw Dion interview Old Guy REI. I reached out to him immediately once he had that interview with him. Then we started having meetings every week, and that's turned into a school platform. And even you've got an accountability meeting, and there's Jared. There's so many different meetings going on. Once I had that group that I could relay things off of, and me and you off camera, we've had conversations, talk about not only investing but real life stuff too.
Hmm.
And having those deep conversations, that's what I love most about the Vegas event, because it was nothing about small talk. It was all a deep talk. Like, what's your next move? What's your next plans? Instead of, oh, what do you do for work? It wasn't, I don't think I ever had a conversation on that. It was all about what's your next deal? What are you moving towards next? Oh, you're driving a jalopy? I encourage you to keep driving that jalopy because I understand what you're trying to do with that money, saving that money. And you don't find people like that. It's like the frugality too. I thought I was frugal, but it was just amongst my friends. But being around this group, my frugality is I could throw that out the window when I try to compete with the frugality of you guys. You guys take it to another level, so it's good inspiration.
If I could, there for lunch there for a while, um, I was enjoying ramen noodles with hard boiled eggs. So like for every day for lunch, I was eating for like $3. That lasted for only 2 weeks though. I quickly got tired of that one.
Same. I try to be routine, but I gotta switch it up sometimes when you're eating. You just can't day in, day out eat the same thing.
But so I guess it's my turn now. I I tell you the one thing I really like is I like listening to other people's stories. And I don't know if you were on while this was happening in Dion's thing yesterday, but I was celebrating someone buying their first house. And I'm sorry if you're watching this, I forget who it was. Leave a comment so I can help continue to cheer you on. But he was telling us in the comment section about his first deal, and me and All Nighter Hider were like, yeah, tell us more, that kind of stuff. And he was talking about it in the comment section, and I was so happy for him. I said, please make sure to tell us in the future about the good, the bad, and ugly, because I think, and like you've talked about before, and we've done a video about this before, it's not all it's not all happy fun times. Like there is suffering in this, but knowing that you have other people to talk to in this is a game changer.
It it's so true. And if you because what was it? What was that quote? Is the the lone wolf dies, the pack survives.
Yeah.
And I hold that so strongly. It wasn't until I met up with everyone that's going through the same things differently, but maybe they could relate. It made all the difference. And it actually helps me to keep on pushing through because I know I'm not alone in this. And that's why I'm so looking forward to Vegas coming up so quick. I thought it was months out when we were last talking, and now we're weeks away.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little bit nervous.
Yeah. I always get a little jittery too. It's like it's, it's one thing being on Zoom, but being in person. And I remember seeing Matt and Dion in person. It's like I was kind of in shock because those are like I look up to them so much. And it took me a second, like, wow, it's really them in front of me at a Denny's.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking myself, I should honestly start packing some stuff just because I don't want to forget it. And there's some stuff I need to take care of before going out there. I was like, I'm running out of time. I thought I still had months to take care of this. It's like, I need to get on this now.
So for me, I would say confidence really
Okay.
helped me a
Yeah.
lot. I when I first started, I've always feel when you're first starting out, you don't know left from right. You're just trying to figure stuff out. But it's almost like I think I had talked about the gym membership. You got the live streams every week, you got the meetings every week, you got the course calls, you got the boot camps. All of those are gold. All of those are so valuable. And the
Hmm.
more interactions you have with the veterans in this space, the more confidence I get. And talking with others who's ahead of me, when I talk with you, you know, you give me that confidence. And I remember in Matt's boot camp, I had said, "Oh, sorry that I'm asking this question because I felt it was a beginning question." He stopped me in the boot camp. He's like, "You don't ever have to apologize for asking me a question." And from that point on, I never apologize for a question in any of the meetings because they like it when you ask questions.
Hmm.
And before I would think being asking so much questions would get kind of irritating, but they don't care. They want you to ask questions because they just want to help you because they've reached the mountaintop. They know what time freedom is like. It's so great. They want to get us all there.
Yeah.
And that confidence thing really helps with everything I do. And I've seen that translate over into my work, into my personal life, my family life, my relationships. And that's been a huge boom for me.
Yeah. It's hard to stay not confident in yourself when you're surrounded by so many people that are. You know, you surround yourself with people that are going the same direction.
Yeah. And that's why it's just you keep on watching all the YouTube content, you have that in your ears instead of sports, instead of celebrity gossip. If you have this OBRAT stuff in your ears, you're only gonna shoot up.
Hmm. I think the other thing is I'm not so afraid of making switches because I know that in the end it'll be a good thing. That's even like some I'm not you said you're not going to be able to make it tomorrow, but tomorrow I was going to talk a little bit about how I'm thinking about switching up strategies a little bit. But I can do it confidently, knowing I'm doing it for the right reasons.
Is that from Zuber's video, the interview that you did,
Yeah,
pivoting into that? Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, be sure to check out that video. That was a great interview with Zuber.
yeah. That was definitely a lot of fun. If I can find it, I'll leave it. I'll leave the link in the description below.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to probably do that soon before it gets so buried you can't ever find it again.
That's what I was thinking. I save links now to videos because if someone asks me to find it, I'll never be able to find it unless it's in a playlist with that interviewer. For
Hmm.
yours, I had to save it on the side just to make sure. So if you ever need a link, let me know. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I'll need the link.
Okay, I'll email that to you.
Was that three?
I thought that was three.
Okay,
Should we keep going? Is there did you want to do a bonus segment?
sure. We'll do a bonus segment. Um, I think one of the biggest things, another big thing, is that other people have, and this goes back to what you're saying with courage. Other people have gone through similar things. So you may not know the answer, but you probably know someone who knows someone you can reach out to that you can help you through a situation, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I would say, which I think, just just the fun of it all. It is kind of funny you see our group together. If we all got out of a plane as a group and people just from the streets looked at our group and you try to guess what our group all had in common, I don't know if you
Crocs.
could really. Yeah, the Crocs crew. It'd be the Crocs crew. But besides that, I don't know if anyone would be able to guess what we're all growing towards. And that's what I love most is there's so much different people. You can get so much different ideas. There's not really a portfolio review specialist. So
Hmm.
whenever we're facing forks in the road in our investing, who do I reach out to? I could reach out to so many different people because like I think this person they did HELOCs. I'll reach out to this person because I was maybe contemplating that. I know this person, he got 14 properties in 2 years in Pittsburgh. Maybe he can give me ideas on maybe going slow is the better, faster way to do things.
Yeah.
Or I could reach out someone with who's done everything, who's a handyman himself and does mocktails on the side. And I could reach out to him with questions here and there. So there's so much different whenever because you do have thoughts rolling around in your head when it comes to investing. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? And you don't want to get into that shiny object territory syndrome. So when you're in that forks in the road, you can always reach out to the community, ask them to lend an ear. They give you their advice because they've been through it before, or they've done the research already. So they save you 3 days of researching in 1 hour.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I was when I was talking about switching strategies. Maybe I was just like, I'm not sure if I'm chasing shiny object syndrome or is this actually a move in the correct direction? And you know, basically Zuber was just like, yeah, he's like, if you can, he's like, it's not that far out of what you're doing. He's like, it's not basically more or less. He's like, it's not like you're trying to add, you know, single family homes and do midterm rentals. He's like, you're still staying in long-term rentals. It's just you're adding a new asset class to what you've already been doing.
When I was listening to the interview and he was talking about your YouTube, kind of cornering that Pittsburgh
Yeah.
market, I was smiling because I know you're doing the meetings already. You've set that up and you have different videos covering different topics of Pittsburgh.
Hmm.
And slowly you give it years over time, that stuff's just gonna compound on YouTube, and then you'll just have that hashtag cornered. And it fits your strategy because, and please like and subscribe and follow because we want to get you to 50, hopefully by the ORAD event. And it
You
fits
showing?
perfectly because
No. I was trying to
no.
show you. We're at 43.
Yes, seven, please. And if it's your strategy perfect, because you can just do your own thing in the Pittsburgh corner, and I love that.
That's the thing, and that's even like I said on that video when we're talking about. I don't ever see this channel getting monetized, or if it is, it's going to be a very, very small channel. But I plan on, and he kind of said what my overall goal has been is having people reach out and then having people offer, be like, hey, I got this deal, wholesalers finding me, all this kind of stuff, and using the channel to make money and without getting monetized. That's kind of been, I want to help people. That's my main priority. So I don't want to make it sound like I'm doing this for the money. But my secondary motives in all this has been to draw people in to stand out in some way, and then in the future, potentially even look back on some of the stuff, be like, oh yeah, I forgot I even did that.
Because you did the one meeting, there was a couple investors that hopped on. They were just curious about the market. You gave
Yes,
them
yes, Sarah
all,
and Matt, I think.
absolutely. You gave them all your information. You covered all the different corners where maybe this makes sense, maybe this market doesn't make sense. Where else can you get that online? I don't
Yeah.
think that was the first I ever saw in that space. So just having that availability and the resources you've had, being in it for the years you've have, I can only see it. Yeah, that's such a great resource.
There's another video I'm going to shoot here soon. I'm not exactly sure how I want to do it, but I figured I want you to come in on this one. But I wanted to go over my buy box areas that I look at and all that kind of stuff, taking what Zuber said and making and cutting that video, and maybe once every couple months showing how things have changed a little bit. But I'm not sure how I want to implement it. Like I'm not sure if I want to buy like a green screen and stand in front of it,
Mm.
or if that's going to be overcomplicating it. Because I found this out recently. I'm not sure if I can do it while we're live or recording. What's this? React. No. But anyway, I found under the share thing. I'm not sure if I have anything that I can share. Yeah, we'll go with this. We'll just click this, hit the share. So I just found this out that, does that look familiar? I can hit this and I got this and I can start drawing all over the place, all over here.
Oh ho ho!
And then I can do that and we can give Mark a little mustache, a nice evil little mustache.
Uh,
And you can see what my maroon hat looks like, being blue. But I think that might honestly be the easiest way for me to do it.
Yeah, and I do enjoy all the hopper sessions we have because you have video ideas in the hopper, whiteboarding sessions, going over the different markets, and we did the HVAC preparing for winter
Hmm.
videos. So just having smaller segments like that really go hyper focus into your market. I also think that would be interesting because that those were the questions I had coming up into it, thinking, what would I do with this? What would I do with that? And then you help me.
I was thinking about doing that in the bi-weekly accountability meeting, the real estate meetup, but I don't know. I don't think the point of those is not to surround is. it to be on the spotlight on me. I'm trying to share the spotlight with everyone, and that's why I didn't like that idea for that meeting.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to cut a different video. I'm going to see if you and Steven want to come in on that one.
Yeah, how'd that dinner with Steven go?
It went well. Yeah,
Oh, good.
I know Harrison would want to be a part of that meeting or the talk too.
Yeah, I want to get on with a video with Harrison and Steven too. That was fun, just having the meeting, just having a dry run and see what that would look like. And let's
Yeah,
get some recordings done.
yeah. Harrison's got some big news, but I'm not going to share it.
Okay, okay.
Can't
Yeah,
share
in
it.
the vault. That's in the vault.
Yeah, but and then we got a video coming up next week, hopefully, if Harrison gets better, with another. We have a king coming on the channel.
Yes, I heard about this. The space monkey himself, the flying spaghetti monster,
No,
the
no.
contrarian.
He's the
Oh,
bigger one,
oh,
but no, it's another big name guy. You've already
oh,
talked about him a couple times. He's coming.
oh,
He's coming on the channel
okay,
next week.
okay. Yes.
I'll tell
I
you off
can't
camera.
wait. I can't wait.
But yeah, I think everything's going well. I mean, I think Zuber's right when it comes to the whole where this where he's looking at the channel and where it's going to be. You know what's
Yeah,
funny
because
is, and
he's
I realized this about a week later. The one thing he wanted to talk about on that episode, we never talked about. We got so far making left turns and stuff, we never got to. So I was talking. I made a comment in school community and why he wanted to bring me on because he wanted to talk about all that stuff, but then he wanted to talk about I have a friend that does house flipping and stuff. And I was asking, is this a good strategy possibly flip to include into it? I was like, I was planning on doing it, but like I didn't know he did it. We never got
yeah.
to it.
So when he gives a outline of the video, that was it, and you guys just ventured off from that and did your own thing.
There's no rehearsing, there's no pre-recording. It's like being on it's very much like being on Mark's channel, which is like be like, what do you want to talk about? Okay, here we go, record, boom, there, and you're off to the races.
Yeah, that interview was really impressive because you were it was on the spot for you, and you were just handling it like a champ. So I love that.
You know what? I what I really liked in this kind of I realized this about two-thirds of the way through. You watched the first video I was on, I kind of was a little bit nervous. I was stuttering a little bit and stuff. And I realized, and this is when I talked about my stuttering a little bit, that I have improved a lot in speech because of the YouTube stuff. I'm not afraid of being in front of camera. I'm not nervous about being in front of, like the big name people anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it I don't want to say camera shy because I was never camera shy. The outdoor channel got that part knocked out, but it's like when you sit in front of people that you look up to in some ways, and you just have to come to realize, and you talked about this before, they're just normal people.
Mhm.
They just want to help.
Mhm. And it's good because I like to watch previous videos we've done and
Hmm.
just to see how I'm doing, just to make sure because I know I have ticks here and there, and I'll try to make a mental note of that and try to correct it moving forward. And it is interesting when you see the Dions of the world and they have the gift of gab. And I
Yeah.
want to try to get to that level because they are at an elite level where they can watch the chat, answer the questions, pivot from question to question. It is unreal how they do those things.
So does that mean we're going to Ireland to kiss the Blarney Stone?
I don't know what that means.
Huh?
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Um, the Blarney Stone is a stone, I suppose. It's in some castle, but in order to do or to reach it, you have to like crawl out on an edge and like go down a little bit and like lift yourself up and like
Oh,
and you can kiss it. But meanwhile, like you're looking down like I think like 200 or 300 feet down the wall of a castle. It's like one of those holes where they used to pour like the tar and stuff down.
oh.
So you have to like go down it, leaving your staying up and then like reach down and go. It's interesting.
I've never heard of this. Uh,
It gives you the gift of the gab if you kiss it.
I do want to go there now. But I completely agree. Just if you were to see my first video compared to now, I haven't made a lot of improvements, but I have made some. And that some is enough because I can see the incremental progress. And that's all it really is. Just having the repetitions. That's all it takes. If we have, like, look at 2025, we're starting this new year. You're a machine, man. We're recording on January 1st. It's a holiday for everyone, and we're doing a video. That's why you should like and subscribe because the content never stops. But just 2025, what we're trying to do, I look forward to another year doing videos and hearing more of your content. I think it's going to be a good year.
I think so too. So with that, thank you for tuning into this episode of Jack's Business Talk.
Thanks, everyone.